Alright, here we go again. Now it's fixed. Thank you so much, Capstone, for telling me. My software was still set to 4K from the recordings I did for my main channel video, which is exactly what I talked about, by the way. Because I don't know how much you could hear of what I said. I'm unsure. Remedy TV, welcome. Now it shouldn't be laggy anymore, should it? Now it should be fixed. Yeah, I've rediscovered my passion for creative editing, especially also for main channel videos, which is obviously my main source of, I broke it, which is obviously my main creative editing thing. And it's a lot of fun. I'm expecting to release a new main channel video this week, this year. Imagine this week, this year. Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. And I also posted a little bit of a sneak peek to the next main channel video, a little bit of a frame from the video. I posted to the Discord server, so for all the VOD viewers, that's what I was talking about. For the VOD viewers who aren't part of my Discord, I wanted to show a little bit of a preview here, and obviously also for the live viewers who haven't joined my Discord. But I guess we're gonna do that after this game then. I guess we're gonna do it after this game. Let me just check real quick if the lag is fixed. It should be fixed, but obviously, as per usual, nobody wants to talk to me. Julian, welcome, welcome. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the lag is fixed. There's no... Let me check. Okay. It's fine now. Awesome. I also just got this chair, by the way. Okay, you can't see it. But I ordered a chair for my girlfriend for like 200 bucks, and the chair was super bad. And the company just didn't want to communicate with me anymore, so they wouldn't have to give me the money back. Now they responded. Now that it's already, like, the time frame is already over for sending stuff back. Awesome. Doesn't matter. Maybe I can squeeze some money out of them, because they also offered me to refund part of the money, like 70 bucks or something. And now that we've built the chair, we're actually very happy we didn't give it away, because it's very good. Like, I really enjoy it. And my girlfriend too, so maybe, Dragon Echo, welcome. Maybe we can get the 70 bucks they offered and keep the chair as they offered, but we actually like the chair. So we get the chair for much cheaper, even though we like it. Julian, welcome. You have many accounts. Yeah, my passion for creative video editing is back. Sadly, not my passion for research, because I can tell you, I've got some viral formats in my head for my old German channel that I would produce in English and then with German dubbing as well. I think that could legitimately be a $1 million idea, what I have there. The problem is just that that's so much research, and I don't know, I haven't really found the passion for research again, so maybe if I can find someone to research it for me. But yeah. For now, I'm happy I'm back to be motivated about the main channel, because I think it's a channel that has a lot of potential. Thank you, Dragon Echo, thank you. So yeah, I expect the next main channel video, depending on what else happens, because initially I discontinued work because a lot of stuff went wrong. One of my main witnesses said they don't want to have their evidence shown on my video anymore, so it's a lot. It's obviously totally fine, like, as a journalist, and everyone can call themselves a journalist, so shut up, I can be a journalist too. As a journalist, obviously you have to respect those wishes, and obviously I will do so. But I'm just saying that obviously makes the whole process a lot more difficult, because now I have to find ways around having to use this evidence and, like, reenact stuff, and it's all a huge pain in the ass. It's, yeah. However, to answer your question, I will hit 4K stars. How many stars is it still? Like 17? I think I will hit 4K in theory it could be a week, but I don't think I'll do that. Maybe 1.5 weeks, you know? Maybe 1.5 weeks. Hi Green, are you doing fine? I hope you are. But I will have to stop your enthusiasm a little bit. I thought I had diamonds in my other chest. And I can tell you the video that I'm cooking up right now, I've been working on that for, I think, multiple years at this point. I don't know. I feel like it's multiple. That video, you are going to enjoy it. And you're going to enjoy it much more even than the update video I released the other day. Okay, just get that green isn't super good. Like the update video I released on my main channel, okay, that's one of those typical BedWars update, woo. But the next video that's gonna release after that, assuming there's not gonna be another BedWars update up until then, which I don't assume, that video is one of my creative projects, so it's much more interesting. You remember my Wikipedia video? That's also a much more creative project. And just like my Wikipedia video, even though it's a completely different topic, this is also a much more creative thing. And something I invested much more work into. You're gonna be surprised, let's say it like that. It's gonna be super interesting, I think, topic-wise, but you're also gonna be surprised at how incredibly high quality, high production quality it is. Like, with all the interviews I filmed and some in-person interviews, and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. It's definitely worth it to subscribe to Modern Legends OP in the big 2026 and 2027. Yep, cool. It's very, very cool. Okay, he's all the way over there. I only got 3 faults. How many faults you got? Doesn't matter how many he got, because I'll get no white drop down. He's such a goofy. Such a goofy. Such a goofy head. Yeah, obviously teammate is not gonna respond to that, else he'd have to share. Anyway, to get back to this. This is a preview. Everyone who's not on my Discord server, this is a preview screen I posted. I don't think you could hear that because of the problems we had on stream, but basically I already explained that you cannot see this text. Obviously in the video you see the text. I made it so you can't quite see it by over-exaggerating the effect a little bit. You can make out some words, probably like this word or this word or this word, but all in all you shouldn't be able to identify too many words here. Plus, as you can probably tell by the distances above and below, there's gonna be something here too that I don't show you. And yeah, I think this looks super cool. I've worked on this effect for like 2 hours or something, and the sound design is also so awesome. And obviously it's not this ugly gray line is not here the whole time, but instead it's a whole VHS effect that's going on over the whole screen, and not my usual VHS effects where you have this little green tint and green stripes, because I can't quite crop it out with color key. I can't quite isolate it, but no, this is actually a completely clean VHS effect. It's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. I'm very hyped. I don't know. It's so cool. It's so cool. No. This is supposed to go all the way down. Discord. What? Oh, this is sad. This is more than sad. We've got a little bit of a problem. Ah, dude. White is tagged for cheating, low likelihood, but even if they're not cheating, they are quite good from what I remember, so that is definitely a matter of worry. I'll just grab some diamonds over here. Yeah. Yeah, there they are. They grabbed our diamonds. Ah, wasn't fast enough. Yeah, it's just gonna be amazing. By your enthusiastic reaction in chat, I can tell that you're also looking forward to all the projects that I've teased. AKA 0 messages. But I'm very hyped. I'm very much looking forward to it, I can tell you. Are they gonna bridge from a different player? Are they sneaking there? What exactly is going on? Oh no, they're just both there. I thought these people were good, I will have to admit. They honestly might not be good. Yeah, okay, they just keep fireballing themselves. Yeah, they are just not very good. That is good for us. Teammate just got 6 emeralds, I wonder why. Has anybody else been mid? Can save myself, man. Okay, these people just keep falling. I really don't think they are any good. Teammate is right and not... Ooh. Teammate is right and not using the emeralds against him. That's what I was gonna say. Ach lol! I wanted to hit him on the side of his body in order to hit him to the side and hit him off. I was not aware that this was perfectly lined up to backboard him using this house's wall. That's great. Need help. And slash marker be bar... yeah, whatever. Soon? Yeah. I mean, blue is kind of on our tail right now. I agree. M's for Abi would be quite good. Oh. No. How sad is that? Doesn't matter, they aren't very good. But still. I tapped into my inventory, but it was a very good play, I have to admit. If only I would have not tapped into my inventory, dude. That would have been so much cleaner. Wait, how did I not get any diamonds? Am I confused? I might be confused though. Okay, here's the plan. I will get the 2 emeralds we still need. But on top of that, I will also get their bed. 9! I fell bridging. Okay, I'll just get the emeralds. Okay, and since I use blue wool, that's disguising. They don't even know it's us. Awesome. Alright, let me just get the emeralds real quick. I guess it's Abi then. I think this would have been a quite smart play, but... Well. Obviously, if you're not skilled enough to pull it off, then nothing you can do. Nothing you can do to keep from crying. Especially when he calls your name. Wait, doing sex? Is that what this whole thing is about? When he calls your name doing sex? Or why else would he be calling your name? Maybe then they would have said when he screams your name. Go down. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Never, no bullet. Do, cock it and pull it, yeah. Bam. Nice, nice. We did that very well. Mathematicians 100 years from now are still going to wonder. Okay, I don't know if that was an update displacement. Why in the BedWars footage you can see that 2 diamonds equal 5, but 1 diamond equals 3. No, oh my god, that would have been the best save. I don't know what happened. I wanted to fireball jump, but it didn't happen, so I guess I wasn't on the right slot or something. Oh, it all happened so quickly, it's so sad. If only I would have hit that block so he could have been hit off. Okay, he's just passing through, it looks like. Goodbye. Yeah, I also used to have an knockback stick, but then I died. Wait, I think I'll pass through mid. I'll continue what I started, but this time without falling. I really thought these people were good, but apparently not. Apparently nothing to worry about. They are better than I anticipated. Let's say it like that. How does he never take knockback? Huh. Like, especially in that situation, I just don't quite see why he would not move a single block. I think I even had more momentum, so it really doesn't make any sense. Weird. Wonder where the other one is, though. I don't know. Only see one. Teammate probably passed one, but I don't see where he would be, I have to admit. Greg. Avoided with safety. Let's frame it as a W for us. Like, where is this guy? He's just... Where? It's just gone. Yeah, one of them is base. Awesome, but like, what is mid? Are you sure about that? Maybe I should have consumed this part as I already had vision. But it's okay. That was too late. Okay, we got him very low. Oh, but both survived. Awesome. So thirsty all the time. Lol. Wish we could fight again in their base. Because then I could use these Dream Defenders. Probably my first time calling them Dream Defenders. Where the heck are these people now? Wait, no, that's the shopkeepers, I'm pretty sure. Ah, hi! Are you doing well? Oh my god, why are you looking out? Your friend also didn't look out. Why are you looking at us for losers who don't want to get killed? You want to be cool people who want to be killed. Come on. This is top tier annoying. And they fireballed the burst so I couldn't land on it. How annoying can you be? Luckily, teammate is ending their reign of terror. Yeah, now I'm not going in with good equipment anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be getting equipment over here. But I gotta admit, at first I was planning to not go in with good equipment. I had in my mind and spirit, I had already given up. None of that. Ah! Teammate hit him. Awesome. Dude, these people have more firebolts than I have iron ingots. These people have such an insane amount. Wait, is this guy actually anti-KBing? It doesn't make any sense. Or is it something on my part that I'm doing wrong? We don't use these words in a negative context here, teammate. Oh my god. We have Abi, right? Just realized again. I mean, he must know because of his teammate. But maybe his teammate isn't very good. Frick. No. We ain't doing it like this. He just fell. Well, all of that for nothing, just to fall into the void. Oh, I accidentally clicked a very wrong map. Do not want to queue this. Oops. Let's take a look at the channels. Main channel video is decreasing in performance as we speak, but this so far seems to be quite the normal curve. If we're lucky, it's gonna get a second curve from getting into the algorithm, but if not, it's fine too. Like, we're at 1.6k views. That's pretty satisfying, pretty satisfactory, pretty much enough for my liking. Like, I'm happy with that. And the second show is doing very well. Yeah, that's what I like to see. That is what I like to see. Almost 400 subscribers in one day. We're back to 7,400 per month. A lot of watch hours. And the views are also spiking. I like that. Yeah, my most recent video that I uploaded, the highlight video, is actually performing very well. It got 700 views from its own performance alone, so almost half of the views stem from the actual performance inside of the algorithm, which is very cool. Also, I really like what my camera looks like right now. The colors, the background color, myself, all looks pretty good. Also, I don't know if I can show you this because it's a very annoying system, but I finally downloaded the app for... It's not even in the power outlet. Never mind then. It's not even plugged in. But after years of having the light strip down there at the bottom that you can't see, I finally made it so you can actually change color in my light strip I have down there. But it's super annoying. Like, when I was a child, we had these little remotes, and on the remote you could choose all different colors and different modes and whatnot. And nowadays you have apps that allow for obviously infinitely more colors, but like, you have to be... Thank you, Maftus. Thank you very much. You have to be connected to this at all time, and once your phone is too far away or you disable Bluetooth or anything, like the moment you leave the house and come back, it disconnects, and then I have to kneel down to the light strip and hold my phone next to it and manually connect it again in order to use it. That's like the worst system. Who thinks this is better than what we used to have with the little remotes? This is not good. This is a pretty bad system. I don't know if I already said it. Maftus, welcome, welcome. Great cheating. Because you're not my favorite streamer and I just met you, I'll chuck a Sprite. Oh, didn't have to do me like that. Was not necessary. Oh, frick. Frick. Yeah. Well, I don't want to die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. Well, I guess let's get out of here. If only a teammate would have been a little more attentive, I think this could have been avoided. But who knows? What can you do about the blatant snipers? Let's get out of here. Maybe take it a little slow when chugging the Sprite, if it's that cold. Okay, I hope Aqua's not gonna die anytime soon. Doesn't look like they are. Awesome. Okay. Am I scared? Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, one of the Aquas is there. For some reason, wait, how did they get over there? Never mind, it's not an Aqua. Hello, teammate. Okay. Maybe don't die while drinking a Sprite. I feel like that's quite the pathetic death, but maybe that's just me. Okay, I think teammate got a bunch of emotes, which is good. And I also think both blue and green aren't super good at the video game, which is also quite good in theory. Oh, I'm a stupid man. I didn't see any of them anymore, so I thought I was safe to stand up there and maybe build up. I was trying to decide what to do next, and all of a sudden he pops out of nowhere. Oh, I'm so thirsty the whole time. Wow. Yesterday already. The whole time I existed yesterday, I had to chug water because I was so thirsty. Diabetes. Pre-diabetic symptoms. Oh no. what can we do about the... Is teammate gonna be like, alright, I'm gonna disconnect now. Losing one game here is too much. You're my mother, welcome. Little detail I'd like to point out, because I'm unsure how much you can notice it. I think you can notice it. Oops. I think you can notice it. I have added a very subtle gradient that it's more red here and more black here, because I think that looks very good. I'm unsure if you can... I'm pretty sure you can see it. In the editing software it was pretty much invisible, but I think on this screen it looks pretty visible. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Here we go, Nebug. I think you were able to tell because I kept switching to the wrong screen. Okay, pink are cheaters according to teammate. They're not tagged on my overlay, but if teammate says so, then let's just assume him to be right. Oh my god, they are super blatant. Oh my god, dude. I said it yesterday already. I feel like something changed about, I don't know, some cheating program making advances, or Watchdog making advances. This is definitely a word that exists. I don't know what is happening, but I can tell you... Awesome teammate. Oh, good. I can tell you, that something changed. The cheaters are so much more blatant nowadays. Like, the past couple of days. I don't know what it is. Like, what changed? He ran out of vlogs. How the game's going today? Pretty chill. Well, I don't really have anything. I would like to purchase... both of them are blatant. Like to purchase a little bit of a fireball here. Is he gonna nuke it as well? Both of them just fell on their own? What? Madman and Forever, welcome. I saw you positively reacted to my post about how there's gonna be a main channel video. Or no, you reacted to the post where I linked the main channel video. Is that a hacker? Yeah. Both of them are super... Ah! Teammate! What? I mean, skipping normal people, already weird. Skipping blatant cheaters? What is wrong with that? Like, what's wrong with this guy? If only I had some equipment. You saw the video? Nice. I also have this very weird headache right here. I don't know what's going on there. Mm-hmm. Okay, some of them definitely doesn't seem to be as cheaty as the other. Okay, this is straight up just B-Hop. At this point, it's just B-Hop. Like, what the hell? I mean, it's not flying around you, but it's pretty much just B-Hop disguised as normal movement or something, I don't know. I mean, there's still beatable hackers. Just not as many anymore, especially since many of the hackers are just high stars, very experienced players, nicked players. There's way too many hackers who are also good at the game on top of being hackers, so... Yeah. Nothing I can do to keep from crying. I don't even know how many players BedWars has anymore. but it's been so long since I saw it even above 4K players. I think it's just like 2 to 3K at this point. Okay, this game, it's green. This game, green is a blatant cheater. You can already see them. I think 2 to 3K all modes, yeah. Yeah. Doubles, for example, has no more than 1.2K. That's like peak player count throughout the day. Okay, how is green struggling like this when being this blatant? Good for you that you survived. I'm pretty sure they don't have it even, so yeah, I'm gonna go through it. Teammate started a brawl with Grey. Questionable decisions are being made. Nah, it's not even super questionable. Quite the normal decision. This was the cheater, by the way. According to my overlay, the other isn't cheating, and also according to my sword encounter I had. Okay, I have seen better situations. Okay, I can't even sue them anymore. Teammate thinks these people are cheating? Oh, that was a likelihood to get, but I didn't get it. Okay, you just got them both. I feel like this is quite the sign for us to have to go for Grey both. Bruh. Yellow. Can you not care about your own stuff? Ah, that's quite the situation. Wait, our bed is open? I didn't know that. Like, maybe I'm spreading misinformation on the internet, but I'm pretty sure Hypixel BedWars has not more than, like, at most 3,000 players anymore. Throughout all its modes. Yeah. Almost. Oh. Yeah, I bet it's just gone. Unless teammate? Oh, good. Very good. Teammate understands that he's supposed to go for yellow now. I've also heard recently that apparently Hypixel isn't the biggest Minecraft server anymore in terms of average players. I don't know if it's true though. Bro, how can they even do stuff like this? Teammate! Help! What? What is that? What's that play? Yellow, get out of here! Okay, luckily yellow and grey do not want to cooperate with each other. Bruh. Bruh. Big bra. Orbitude. Ah, yeah. Technoblade. Okay, team is just dead. Yeah, here, now we can check. Maybe this is not the most I hate this. This might not be, yeah. 1.6k players. This isn't like the most active time, I think. But like, no, I'm not #1 European. I'll have to overtake Manhole first. And obviously you don't know which nationality all of these cheaters have, you know? So I think I'll stick to #1 German. Are there any good players from Scandinavia? Yeah, obviously Tiltingson. The problem is that the Scandinavian countries are so well developed that there's just not a lot of people who play video games over there. Because their lives are so good, they don't have to play video games to distract themselves. You know, it's first world countries, the Scandinavian ones, like Iceland, Sweden, Finland, Norway. Then it's second world countries like Germany, and then it's third world countries like America, like the US of A, some African countries, some Eastern countries. I don't know. And obviously, if you're in a first world country, then you don't really have to play video games to distract yourself. Your life is good enough. Then it's just gonna be people who really like playing video games, aside from aside from trying to distract themselves. I would not put Germany in the same category as Scandinavia. I can tell you, in my experience from living here, pretty much every day political decisions are being made, or just general things I discover, where I'm like, dude, I wish I was living in one of the Scandinavian countries. They have it so much better over there. Like, so many things about public life and daily life and adult life and child life and prisons and public and everything. Every part of life is so much better in Scandinavia, it's crazy. So I really don't want to put Germany in the same category. And obviously the USA, I don't think we even have to talk about that. That it does not qualify for being a second world country. I have to admit, I don't know anything about Japan, but I think maybe from a technological standpoint, they are quite well developed, but from a societal standpoint, they really aren't, what I've heard so far. But I have heard very little about this country, so can't really tell you a whole lot about it. Don't know anything about Japan. I feel like in Germany, many people... Oh, blue is actually blatantly cheating. I didn't know that. Teammate handled them so well that I just didn't think it was a thing. Yeah, I feel like many people in Germany for some reason just really glaze Japan. I just don't quite know why. Have never really identified anything too interesting about their culture. To me it seems very alien and not super interesting. I don't really know. Maybe, yeah, okay, they are technologically quite advanced. I think they also have the fastest internet connection or something. But aside from that, I don't know. Their culture just feels so alien to me. I don't want to degrade it in any way or like be disrespectful towards it, but to me it just feels way too different. Just, I don't know, just feels unfamiliar, very unfamiliar and uncomfortable. Also the architecture I don't like. It's like one of the ugliest architectures that I know from any country. At least the architecture I've seen. And I also associate the country with animes, which I also really don't like. It's, I don't know, the whole style of anime and like the content and everything about it just really isn't my type of deal. It's these overdrawn emotions and weird cuts to different expressions and the way that sometimes it doesn't even, like it's not even a video, but instead it's just a picture that's being moved around. I don't know. That's really not my style of entertainment. And then also the content is also very weird most of the time. I don't know. I don't know. Everybody can like what they like. I just personally don't like it. And isn't Japan also the country where everyone works so much and there's an insane working culture, and this is also one of the contributing factors to why the country has one of the highest suicide rates in the world? I don't know. To me, this just doesn't feel like a good country to live in. But, yeah, if you want to glaze it, sure. I would definitely say that Germany is one of the best countries that I personally know worldwide. I would definitely say it's top of the second world countries. But, yeah, I don't know. The Scandinavian countries, nothing really gets there. Nothing really reaches that. I feel like all in all, their culture is not too different from ours and doesn't really feel super uncomfortable to me personally. And, just as a society, they are much more progressive than Germany, just as a society as a whole. Also when it comes to equality, for example, gender equality, then technologically they're much more advanced. Politically they're very progressive and advanced. I think also in the Scandinavian countries there is a current tendency that's going on. I think this is quite common in all of Europe currently, but the Scandinavian countries are also affected by the current right-wing stream that's been going on. Like everything is moving towards the political right more and more. So I would say that's the only downside. But I think out of all the countries who are affected by this, the Scandinavian countries are still one of the less affected. So that also is quite good. I don't know. I just can't name a whole lot of bad things about them. But I can name a whole bunch of positive things. Yeah, I don't know. At this point it's just kind of worth nothing anymore. They are just straight up be-hopping. Well, I think economically they're also doing quite well. Yeah, just very good. I love Germany. I want to go there someday and drive on the Autobahn. Is crazy. That is one of the downsides. I think most people who don't live here see this as an upside, and many people who live here too. I think that's not an upside. Having the unlimited streets, I think that's pretty bad actually. I don't see any benefit. It's just dangerous. It just leads to more accidents and endangers everyone else on the road. I definitely think this should be taken away. I think it's more than enough to drive like 130 kilometers per hour. More than enough. If you want to race, there's dedicated racetracks, just go there. I don't think public streets are a place for this. And like, obviously there's many upsides. Obviously, I think we're still one of the wealthy. Oh, by the way, FastCYT, thank you for the follow. I still think Germany is one of the wealthiest countries in the world and like economically like successful countries in the world. But this doesn't reflect to the average person as much as I would like it to. Because we've got very right-wing and very unregulated capitalist politics going on, I feel like. That just make it so, even though our country is like, I think nowadays third most successful economically worldwide, we still like don't really see a whole bunch of that. Like, I've got a job that pays me above average and I can just barely support my family. Once my girlfriend is gonna start working too, it's gonna be a lot easier. Then we can also save a little bit here and there. But all in all, we have to look at the price tags. We have to, when we buy food, for example, if we want to have a decent amount of cash that we want to save at the end of the month, then we have to look out for what food to buy in order to not spend too much on groceries. That's the same thing. Even though I earn above average, and I think if you earn average or even below average, like many people do, I think over 50% of the country earns below average, then I'm currently thinking if that's a smart thing to say, because it sounds paradox to say over half of the country earns below average. Probably not. This doesn't sound right, but many people earn below average, let's say it like that. Then for some people it's hard to even sustain a proper living, you know? I don't really see all this wealth. Where is all of this wealth? Can I touch it somewhere? Is it somewhere here in the earth? In the air? I don't know, I don't really see it. The best comparison I always like to mention here, back when I was like, I don't know, 8 years old, let's say 8 years. Back when I was 8 years old, my father alone, not my parents combined, my father alone paid like, let's calculate, paid like maybe 5% of his income for rent. Around 5% of my father's income was rent. Nowadays, I pay 50%. 50% of my income goes to rent. Even though my income isn't too much lower than his. Okay, it's much lower, but like, let's say my father earned maybe 3.5 times the money I earn today, but I pay tenfold the rent. Something isn't quite making sense here, you know? Something doesn't really work out, and it's the same apartment. My father paid rent for this apartment, I pay rent for this apartment, you know? But the rent has just skyrocketed. Nowadays, the rent is pretty much double of what it was back when I was 8. And on top of that, everything has become so much more expensive that, yeah, the money is also worth much less. It's just very sad. I don't know. Politically, many things are being done wrong in this country. And I feel like it gets worse and worse every day. But the problem is, people are either not smart enough to understand how to fix that, or they straight up just have different ideologies that make it so they don't want to fix it the same way as I, for example, would fix it. That's just super stupid. And then our frickin' overlord, chancellor, big boy president person, the Trump of Germany, has smart ideas like, what if we just, instead of having it be legal to work, I don't know what currently is legal, but let's say it's legal to work 8 hours currently in Germany per day. What if we make it legal to work 12 hours? Yeah, that's smart. That's very smart. Obviously. That is super smart. And then there's like 39,000, I believe. There's 39,000 people in Germany out of like 80 million. 39,000 people in Germany out of 80 million do not want to work even though they could. They're too lazy to work. They say, nah, I just don't want to work. I don't see that as a thing I want to do in my life. And that is the main topic for why apparently economically it's not going well in this country. Like, that is the main selling point they're trying to convey to us. Oh yeah, because these 39,000 people, they don't want to work. But the rest of the 80 million, they work just regularly off of those people who are old enough to work. Like, I don't know, 60 million, maybe 50 million, I don't know how many. But yeah, the economic situation is because of those 39,000 people. Huh? Okay, at that point it's delusion. At that point it's just complete delusion. That is complete bullshit, but that's the main selling point. And people I personally know believe this. Like, there's people I personally know, colleagues at work, who are mad at those people who don't want to work because they're like, the lazy people who don't want to work are destroying our economy. And I'm sitting there like, but it's 39,000 people against like 50 million people. How would that make sense? And they're like, well, actually, it has to be like this because it's in fact it's 5 million people who don't want to work. And then you look at the statistics and no, the argument still holds up. It's 39,000 people who don't want to work, and the other people out of those 5 million, because the statistics are 5 million, I think the statistic refers to people who get support from the German government, like extra money from the German government. But like all the other people, aside from those 39,000 who get the support because they actually don't want to work, all the other people are either not able to work because of, I don't know, different factors, or they are working, but it's not enough to sustain a living. Like, there are people who are actively working, but since it's minimum wage and minimum wage is way too low, they still have to get money from the government. Like, they are not lazy. They are not. That doesn't exist. They are working their asses off, but it just isn't enough to sustain a living. That's why they get that money. But no, they don't understand. It's the lazy people. Oh no, the lazy people, they're taking away our money. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Can you not drop down? How nice of you. You did drop down. I said you're not supposed to drop down. Can you walk in there? Nah, he didn't do it. There was another thing I wanted to mention about this. Now I forgot. That was very important. Doesn't matter. It's like, it's completely crazy to me. It doesn't. Oh yeah, no. And the other thing is, then the next debate is like, you tell them that and they're like, nah, I don't believe that. I reject facts. Nowadays you have to reject all the facts and what you see with your own eyes. You see it in the Trump administration. Don't believe your own eyes. That's not gonna work for you. The administration knows better. Just listen to what they say and everything's gonna be fine. However, then they change topic and they're like, yeah, whatever, let's not talk about this. We have different opinions. What do you mean different opinions? I have facts, you don't. I don't think that's different opinions, but it's okay, it's okay. I don't know. What am I gonna do? Force you to understand how the world works? I'm not gonna do that. You do you, I can't change your mind, it's okay. I mean, it's not okay, but what am I gonna do? And then instead they start talking about, yeah, but maybe if we don't agree on that, you can agree on the following statement. And then I'm totally ready. Okay, what's gonna be the following statement? Maybe we are going to agree on that. And then the statement is, yeah, but the people who get the support from the government, that support they get, isn't that way too high? Like, the difference between working a minimum wage job and not working, but instead getting the support from the German government, is not too much different. I have this crazy idea, and maybe I'm completely crazy. Maybe I have to be put into a white jacket that has to be closed from the back to hug myself, okay? But here's a theory. If the people who are not working get a minimal amount of payment to support their living barely, and that minimal amount of payment is almost as high, I don't even know if that's true, but let's agree to the argument. If that minimal payment is almost as high as minimum wage payment that exists in Germany, then the argument I'm gonna make is, doesn't that hint towards the fact that minimum wage payment is just not fair payment and the minimum wage is too low? No, obviously it hints towards the fact that the bad people who don't want to work, who are too lazy, are getting too much money. It's so unfair. Give them less money. What? No. I mean, different opinions, you know, but in my opinion, this is actually something where opinions matter, in my opinion. I would say, no, that does not hint towards the fact that these bad people are getting too much money, but instead that minimum wage people get too little money. Maybe that's a problem this is hinting towards, but I don't know, that's just me. Maybe the minimum wage is just a little too low. But I might be crazy for this. Maybe I'm crazy. Does that make me crazy? Probably. It's so crazy, and these people sit there and they actually believe that. Like, this is their belief system. And then with this belief system, they go ahead and vote for parties who support this belief system. Obviously, no proper party is going to be formed then, if only the stupid parties are getting voted by the stupid ideologized people. Makes sense, obviously makes sense. This is like the smartest thing billionaires have ever done. This is a crazy conspiracy theory. Maybe this is not correct, but I'm just gonna make the conspiracy theory here. The craziest and best thing billionaires have ever done is invested money into propaganda, making normal people like you and me believe that they should be paid less. This is the best propaganda ever. It's so good. I love it. Normal people who don't earn actual money... Wait, did this teammate say he has to go? Nah, he did. Normal people like you and me are defending the billionaires. If someone says, oh, you should take away this billionaire's extra wealth and use it for us, and people are like, no, I don't want that money to be used for me. And you're like, okay, why? Well, if I was ever a billionaire, and at that point you can stop the sentence immediately. You can stop it. The rest of that sentence doesn't make any sense. You are not going to be a billionaire. 7 people are watching. None of you are billionaires. None of you is ever going to be a billionaire. No one. I'm gonna leave my house today. Oh no, I won't. I've got a good life. I'm gonna leave my house the day after tomorrow. I will walk around for 2 hours. I'll be at work for a couple hours, for like, I don't know, 8 hours. And I will not meet a single person who's ever going to be a billionaire. And yet, many of those people are going to, if you ask them, tell me, well, but if I was ever... No, you're never going to be a billionaire. And even if you were a billionaire, taking away the extra wealth you've got is not going to affect you at all. It's only going to affect you in one way. You can no longer influence politics the way that's not democratic, in my opinion. You can no longer influence politics in such a drastic way that it gets worse for all of the people and better for the few people at the top. That is what's being taken away from you. Nothing else. Maybe if you want to buy 10 cruise ships that cost like 10 billion together, then okay, but just don't do that. You're not gonna die if you don't buy 10 cruise ships. But like, aside from that, the only thing you're realistically gonna lose is political power. And I think billionaires should not have political power, so it's totally fine. Take away that will. How exactly this is supposed to work, don't ask me. I'm just sitting here rambling. I don't know. I don't know. But because there is obvious problems. Like if you're a billionaire, then you don't have billions laying around, but instead it's all invested and invested into asset values for your companies and everything. And what the hell? Teammate just asked me if I'm German and I said nah. Obviously this is invested. If they take away this money from you, then how are you gonna have this company running? You know, it's difficult. And then you could say, okay, just give parts of this company to the state and take that value off of this one person's shoulders, but then it's also difficult because you'd have some agreement that the person still is able to control the assets that the state then owns. But then if they control these assets and can do whatever they want with them, they kind of, in theory, still have the power and control over that money. It's very difficult. I don't know if a solution exists. I don't know. But just from the start saying, oh no, we can't do this because of poor billionaires, yeah, maybe isn't the solution to go for. Maybe that is just simply not the solution to go for. But I don't know. I'm not very smart. I'm very stupid, in fact. I'm kind of dumb, I would say. I don't know. But it's crazy. And I think this is a very interesting effect. I've actually researched this a little in the past. I thought to myself, if many people don't have a lot of money, then in a democracy, that wouldn't hold up for long, right? I thought to myself, if many people, even the most people, do not have a lot of money and democracy exists, then at some point this is going to change and the many people have money, right? Because they can vote freely. And since they are the many, they can vote for a party, for example, that makes it so they have money. So at some point, many people don't have a little bit of money anymore, but instead enough money to sustain a living, right? I was always confused by this, because I'm the type of person that just votes off of my best interests in combination with science-based things that actually make sense. However, this is not how most people actually vote. There's something called, I don't know if this is called like this in English as well, but politics based on identity. In German you say Identitätspolitik. And I'm unsure if this specific term refers to the concept that I mean, but it definitely describes the concept that I mean. Because people don't vote based on their personal interests, like aka what would change for them personally for the better, but instead they vote based off of identity. Can I identify to the values of this party, for example? And yeah, obviously billionaires have the monetary power to influence the values that many people want to identify with. Naturally, they are going to influence them in a way that more people want to vote for things that billionaires profit off of, and rich people. It makes sense. It's totally logical. For example, one of the strongest parties we have in Germany at the moment, openly in their program, in their party program that you can publicly read, where they say what they want to change, they openly say, we make politics, I don't know if this is a direct quote, but in there it says that they don't make politics for the poor people, and most people who vote for them are poor, but instead they make politics for rich people, for the upper 10%. Most of their changes, aside from being completely unrealistic and not making sense financially, most of their changes would actually benefit rich people and make the poor people suffer even more. And yet, this is one of the most voted for parties in all of Germany, and yet most of their voters are poor and are from the lower classes. This is one of the best examples. It's not what benefits you, it's what you can identify with. I don't have a solution for this, but I think both sides have valid arguments, but most regular people don't understand these issues. I also don't think that I understand this deeply enough. Like, what I say here just comes purely off of the little bit of information I personally have collected, and I definitely have an ideology myself. I have quite the progressive ideology, so naturally I think it could be, and I think it's very likely to be, that the sources that I use and the conclusions that I draw are influenced by my ideology in a way where obviously I favor the sources that give me solutions that hint towards my ideology being correct. And I have never actually looked at this issue scientifically in a way to actually try and make sure to not be influenced by these biases. So it could very well be that all of this is just bullshit and I'm completely wrong. But that's very important to keep in mind. Yeah, they just vote against their own interests, for example, in the topics of immigration. And it's crazy. It's very crazy. It's very, very crazy. Awesome. Very good that I got that head. I wish I had enough vlogs. I don't know, I just don't think democracy is the way to go. In school, I was always taught that democracy is the best way to run a state. Democracy is what we should all be striving towards. Democracy is awesome. But in reality, democracy isn't great. It's by far not the best system we could come up with. By far not. I would like to compare it as someone who's a complete amateur in the understanding of economy as well as politics. I would like to compare democracy to capitalism. Because I think democracy and capitalism in its core is good, is very good, and is the system we should be striving towards. Oh, good. However, I don't think the unregulated versions of these are what we should be striving towards, but instead they are good rule sets that we can work with as long as we regulate them properly. Unregulated capitalism is not good, and I think in Germany the capitalism we have is obviously better than in the US of A. But it still has to be regulated even more. I think more regulations to our capitalism system that we have in Germany right now would be important. I still see a lot of issues that stem from too unregulated capitalism. One is, just to name one, for example, the rent. I think capitalism in terms of rent people have to pay has to be regulated more. I don't know if I necessarily am gonna say people should pay no rent, but I'm definitely gonna say people should pay way less rent. For example, former East Germany had quite the good system for this. I definitely don't want to glaze former East Germany here. In my opinion, it's a terrorist state. I don't know if it can hold up to this, but I personally think it's a very bad state. I'm not a fan of the former East German state, but at least in terms of rent, from what I've heard, it was pretty good. Like, most people I know who were alive back then reported that back then they had to pay very little rent. Like, they still had to pay rent, but compared to what they earned, it was a pretty much insignificant amount. I don't know what the average income of my grandma was. Obviously, inflation and a different monetary system, and a lot of factors go into this, so this is not comparable to the current situation. But I think my grandma reported to me that she paid 60 bucks for rent or something. And 60 bucks back then, as I said, many factors go into this. I'm pretty sure 60 bucks would not be 60 bucks from nowadays. But I think from what she reported, it's much less than what I pay for rent, for example. So in that sense, I think that's actually pretty good. So yeah, capitalism more regulated in Germany, please. However, what I wanted to compare this with was democracy. I think democracy should be much more regulated, as in, for example, politicians are currently just earning way too much and are able to profit off of their political position way too easily. If you ask me, becoming a politician should not be a job you can go for because, oh, I like the money, but instead it should be a job that you have to give up many things in your life for. Okay. I think, without thinking about it too much, I think the optimal way to handle this is, for example, to say, as a politician, you earn the average income that people in your country earn. It may also change with the average income change that already happens. Maybe even the median income, maybe that's even better, I don't know. Maybe median income is better. So let's say the politician earns an exactly median income. And then they are monitored a lot, even after their reign is already over. Because as a politician, you are from that point on no longer allowed to have any other job, to take any payments from any company, none of that. Maybe you could even have a system where the politician is being paid the same median income for the rest of his life without having to do anything. Maybe they should be, I don't know, maybe they should have to work in some field, in some certain field. But I think all of this should make sure that the politician is not able to be influenced by any company. That already would be a very, very important step. Because right now, the freaking politicians are earning like 4 times the average income, and they can just take the lobbyist money all they want. I think that's not a great system. And like many also do it the way that they do their politics for a certain company to then, after their reign is already over, work for that company in a very high and well-paying position. So that should also not be possible. Exactly. The problem is just that all those politicians obviously don't want to give up their privileged position, you know? Yeah, but that is just one of many, many changes that I think would be necessary to regulate the, in theory, good democratic system. Another thing would be, I think it's super important to have a I don't know, some sort of fourth, I don't know what it's called in English, but like there's these 3 things: the people who judge, the people who reign, and the people who enforce, you know what I'm talking about here. However, I think there should be a 4th, and that should be the people who make sure that the politics are being made in par with the latest science. I think it should be law for politicians to only be allowed to make politics within a certain spectrum that scientifically makes sense. You shouldn't be allowed to make politics against, for example, climate change, as in, climate change, not really a big issue. I don't think we have to do anything against that. Or other things. Or, I don't know, Is this and that really such a big issue? I don't think it's a big issue at all when science suggests that yes, this is definitely a big issue. I don't know how exactly this would be possible, but I think there should be something along those lines. I don't know if it's possible. And then I don't know if you saw that Vsauce video, but I think it's called The Future of Reasoning. And in that video, it was described how a theoretical, I don't know if it was government, but a theoretical government would be able to make the theoretically best decisions. And that is quite different from the democratic system we have currently. I haven't seen that video in a long time. Last time I saw it, I had over 40 degrees Celsius of fever, and I was laying in a bathtub in London thinking I'm gonna die, so maybe I didn't pay proper attention. But that was a great video. However, politics are not the most interesting thing. I think video games are much more interesting. Sadly, my teammate has left me. So I'm gonna be looking for a new teammate, and maybe let's check out some messages. People are too... Yeah, I read that. And that would be great. Yeah. Okay. This person is sadly cheating. Got a new teammate. Yeah, I don't know. 5 viewers is still pretty good. How much was I at? Like 11? Happens. For example, if I have good background music and I sing along to it, I most of the time lose like 50% of my viewers. Then if I talk about politics, I lose about 50% of my viewers. Those are quite normal numbers that I'm willing to take. It's not like my income is based on the amount of views I have. I can do whatever I want. You know? I also think, for example, advertisement for alcohol should be completely illegal. What the hell? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane. Just the other day, I was watching a documentary about why advertisement for alcohol is not banned yet. Tobacco is banned in Germany, as far as I'm aware, but alcohol isn't. And I watched a documentary about why. And guess why it is? I don't think I have to say it, because it's obvious. It's probably not because it's in the best interest of the people, and it's also not because the politicians legitimately thought it was in the best interest of the people. But instead just because it was in the best interest of the politicians' wallets. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. I think tobacco and alcohol both banned. None of that. No advertisement. Maybe also candy. Especially directed towards young viewers. Like, alcohol advertisement is already banned if it's directed towards young people. This can be... yeah. This can be altered quite a bunch to the point where it's still legal, but also applies to young people. It's not the great system, but better than nothing. Maybe candy should also be banned. Candy advertisement. I don't know. Maybe that would also not be too bad. I also think, in terms of freedom of speech, there should be done a little more. Even though we don't even have freedom of speech in Germany, we have the freedom of the opinion. Freedom of speech, luckily, we don't have. And I think even the freedom of the opinion, which is much more narrow than freedom of speech, I think even that should be altered quite a little more. Or something should be changed, because there's still a lot of loopholes that people are using that make it so many crimes are being committed, and it's totally, or it's not necessarily legal, but no one can really do anything against it. And then I have to admit, when it comes to the immigrant politics, there's also a lot of things that, in my opinion, should change. Like, it's still very, very hard for people who come to this country to actually work. Some people are straight up just not allowed to work here, and then they are forced to commit crimes or work illegally and stuff like that. I think that is super stupid. Like, just let the people work. I don't even know what the problem is. Especially considering how economically valuable this would be for us. Especially also if you look at the change in demographic. It's crazy. Olivia, welcome. So many things that are just outright insane. But identity politics is so good. We love it. It's amazing. Also, my screen is hidden. Oh yeah, Olivia also just said it. I just realized yep, there's gameplay going on. I didn't really do anything yet this game, but good that I discovered it, and good that you also said it in case I wouldn't have discovered it. Oh, and don't even let me get started on the frickin' school system. Oh my god, the school system is one of the worst issues. Oh my god. Dude, I probably can't hold myself back on this one, I have to admit. I really don't want to start with it, but I feel like I have to talk about it. I've already ranted about this in my video I did on the main show. Are you able to focus on the games while talking, or are you playing? Nah, I'm completely autopiloting. There's nothing I'm doing here. I haven't even seen the game in the past like 10 minutes, or in the past hour I haven't seen the game at all. I'm just moving my hands and talking. I'm not in the game. I'm not here. Not present. Oh. If only. Oh, it wasn't even open yet. School. I've already ranted about this in my frickin' on my main show video, you know? It's crazy. The school is there to teach you how to learn. However, nobody in school, no teacher, and this seems to be a mutual experience between every person I've ever talked about this with, nobody seems to know this because the teachers just don't tell you this. School is not about actually learning the content that is part of the school education, because nobody cares about that content. It just doesn't matter. This content is just placeholder content to teach people how to actually learn. Some of it. Especially in the earlier grades, it's also a lot about acquiring skills. But from a certain point on, it's just learn how to learn. But nobody tells you this, and nobody helps you to learn this. Like, the strategy schools are using worldwide, Germany-wide, seems to be just tell them you have to learn this content for the sake of the content, and then while learning for that, they will figure out how to learn themselves. This is the stupidest system ever. And here again, Scandinavian countries, topic-wise, I'm unsure. Content-wise, I'm not sure. But at least I've seen a bunch of things that are being done much better than in our German education system. I don't know if this specific problem is being addressed. I cannot tell you that. But I can tell you that a lot of things are being done differently and much better than here. This person has the lowest ping I've ever seen. Yeah. I know I always say ping doesn't matter, but for certain things it does matter. For example, if you lose a fight as low ping, you can just place blocks and run away. Easy, you're saved. So yeah, some things as low ping are more easy, but in general it's not a big difference. Yeah, school system just completely stupid as hell. In my opinion, the perfect school system would be the first couple of grades, you acquire those basic skills, like I consider low ping to be like, I don't know, 50. The first couple of grades, you acquire skills like reading and writing, and others that I don't have in mind right now. And from there on, the rest of the school is just focused on precisely teaching the students how to critically think, how to research, how to learn stuff efficiently, learning strategies, finding your own learning strategies, all of that, you know. And then at some point it should transition into the specifics, into, okay, what exactly do you want to do? And throughout you getting older, throughout you staying in school longer, it should periodically become more and more specialized towards a rough idea of what you want to do. Because as you get older, you get more and more of an idea of what exactly you want to go towards job-wise. So as you get older and as you progress in the education system, you should be able to specialize more and more up until the point where the education you get in school is very, very specialized towards the job you want to go for. And then obviously at some point you get into the education for your actual job, where obviously you are learning the actual specifics about your job. And I think this way many things would change. This way the system would be so much better. It's crazy. School taught me nothing. I couldn't tell you valuable skills or valuable information. Skills I did gain through school, but valuable information I've learned in school, not a whole bunch, I can tell you that. The government don't want you to think critically. They want you to go straight to work and work low-paying jobs for the rest of your life. This sounds so much like a conspiracy theory, but logically it would make sense. Logically, I would say it does make sense. I don't think there's a secret meeting of the government where they're like, oh, you're not supposed to think critically. I have to admit, in especially this case, I think anything that can be explained by incompetence, you can just be safe to explain with competence, with incompetence. And I think in this case, it's an incompetence thing. But it makes sense that it feels like it. I think it's an incompetence thing, but one aspect that is also true is that after all, who decides what political ideas are being discussed, are being approached, etc.? It's mostly those who have the money, you know? Because they can spread the propaganda throughout all the different channels in order to channel the public opinion into a political direction, and then this influences which parties are being voted for, and then the people with the money can also choose between those different parties who are roughly in the same spectrum, and then be like, oh, we're gonna fund you, or we're gonna fund you. And then obviously you could say, yeah, something like this is being orchestrated somehow. And I think this is being done in certain ways. I'm pretty sure this is proven for certain things already. But this specific thing, I don't know. I cannot tell you that. However, Vad, welcome. Very nice to see you. I still have this very uncomfortable headache. Recently, whenever I've had this on, I'm pretty sure it's related to these lights here, because whenever I just sit at my PC and don't have these lights on, I don't get this. But recently with these lights on, I'm starting to have headaches exactly in this spot, so I'm pretty sure this light is just influencing my head in a very negative way. I don't like this. Very awesome to see you, Vad. Welcome. My last 2 years, I followed kitchen in school, which got me a bit more interested. I got better with food or drinks and presenting. Kitchen in school? What? My school didn't have that. I'm grateful for that, but apart from that, we went on field trips where we were told about the past, which has been known for ages. Like, what's the point about learning about World War II? I think that is quite valuable. I don't think that is something without value, I can tell you that. First of all, I think school should also teach you life skills, like how to nutrition yourself properly and all of that. I think that goes without saying. However, I think it's very important to teach about World War II. Oh god. But maybe in a different way. Maybe it's not super important to teach about who did what on which specific day. That I feel like is not super important, even though for me it was always the most interesting part about school. That was like literally one of the most interesting things in school for me. I loved World War II, and everybody was always like, dude, we have so much World War II, I can't stand it anymore. Whereas I didn't have World War II up until like 12th grade, and then in 12th grade we had it for a bit, and then that's it. That's all I had, sadly. Other people I know have reported that they were allowed to have this much more often. I personally would have liked to just talk about World War One and World War Two for all my school time, because I consider those topics to be super important and interesting. However, I think the importance of telling people about World War Two is laying in making sure that the young generation is educated about what happened back then and how it happened and how important it is to not have it happen again. But I think it should be focused much more on that. As I said, I don't see the value in teaching specific dates or general shit in my pants did this on day XYZ, but I think it should be much more focused on this very important aspect of it. Teach the children, this is what happened, this is how it happened, this is why it was so bad, and this is how we can prevent it in the future. That should be the topics of World War II in history class. And anything past that, I feel like doesn't really make a whole bunch of sense, I have to admit, you know? The way it is, yeah, something along that line, but like, this person killed this person, and then this person killed that person, and on this day someone did this, and then on that day the dog had a massive shard. It's like, okay, great. Many people, understandably, aren't super interested in that. I see. I personally always enjoyed it, but like, many people report this to be super boring for them, so yeah. Oh, dude, this headache. What do I value more, the aesthetics or my health? So far it's always been the aesthetics, but at some point I feel like I have to go for my health. Greg, why is health a thing? Oh, my head. Okay, now I'm totally flattered. Oh, come on. I don't know. I feel very exhausted now. I think my endless monologue is gonna stop now. Let's focus a little more on the game. Okay, hopefully Tim is fine. Everybody's always like, oh, but why didn't school teach us about taxes? And then nobody would have paid attention in tax class. Let's be real, it would have been one of the most boring classes. But yeah, I see it. And I think if you go by that logic, then honestly, just shut up. Like, if we go by what people pay attention to, then you can't have school in general anymore. So I also think it would be much more valuable to teach them about, for example, taxes, but especially also about like health stuff is also very, very important in my opinion. Wow, that was worth nothing. He just jumped over it. What a crazy madman. He just jumped over. I have to turn this off. My headache is getting worse and worse. I know I don't look great anymore in the camera now, but I think I have to do this, else my head is gonna explode. Wow, this just blocked myself. I hope I killed him with this? Yeah, I did. Okay. It's so hot in here. It's super hot in here. My shirt is already completely drenched in sweat from how hot it is. It's not comfortable. Opening a window is not going to change anything about that. If anything, I'd have to open the windows on both sides in order to create an airflow that's cooling the apartment off. That has worked in the past. That's quite the strategy to go for. The problematic part about that, however, is that on the other side, the window I'd have to open to create this airflow is the kitchen window, and then obviously by extension also the kitchen door. However, I cannot open the kitchen door because otherwise the cat is going to run into the kitchen and kill itself. Because we've got a suicidal cat who, whenever it sees plastic around, or any choking hazard that you can find in a kitchen, just immediately runs into the kitchen and tries to stuff it into its mouth. So if I want the cat to stay alive, the kitchen door has to be closed. So I have to stay warm. It's very sad. I think from the small window I have here, this looks pretty good. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, could be worse, in my opinion. Pretty cool. What if I open the window a little more? Open the window as in let more light in from the side. I think this is fine. I think this isn't too bad. Oh god. Yeah, I feel like my headache is getting better already. It's good. Gonna have to record a voice. I think I was too far up to place a block there. Oh. Now we've got a tier 2 axe. Oh wow. I don't know how teammate managed to let him... Oh, okay, teammate killed. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll take a toilet break real quick. I'm gonna cut off my bolts. Ah, nice, he died already. That's good. Oh wait, one thing I have to check real quick is... $32, we still need the frickin' potion bomb. But I think maybe we can already afford this. 130 is not enough, I believe. Now we're still quite far away from the frickin'... Okay, but we can claim the bet quest, that is good. That's good. So now it's only the potion one, the kill one, and the ender pearl one. Boy, and we don't really have time for that anymore. Frickin' hell, dude. Need to walk my treadmill and tidy my room today. Ooh. Yeah, yesterday my girlfriend and I, yesterday, that was good. Oh, before I talk about that, I want to show this to you too, Olivia. Take a look at this. I found my passion for creative editing again, and this is a frame from the main channel video that I'm working on right now. I have made it so you can't quite read the text, so you don't get spoiled. But like, hey, take a look at this. I worked for like, I don't know, a couple hours today on that effect. And it looks very, very good. And this gray bar is part of a VHS artifact. Like, you know, these typical VHS effects that are overlaid upon something like this. So it's not there all the time. It would look pretty ugly, but instead this was just in this specific frame. And yeah, I really think this looks very good. Anyway, what I wanted to say is yesterday my girlfriend and I, dude, I think 8 hours, roughly 8 hours we spent tidying up the apartment. This room that I'm in here right now, we got completely done. I got the kitchen looking much better, at least. Not completely done, but looking much better. Because we were also tackling the insides and like the insides of cupboards and everything. And like looking at what we really need and what we don't need and what we can throw away and everything. And yeah, that is crazy. We spent so much time and work on that. Got him. And we also, yeah, we just worked on the entire apartment, but like the main two things were kitchen and this room right here, the living room. And the living room, as I said, we got completely done, and kitchen, I did some very great things. And the sad thing was, I discovered that my sink is actually scratched. I was like, why can I not get rid of this stain? What the hell? And then I realized that many tiny stains were just literally not stains, but instead scratches on the sink. It was super sad. I hope I please don't... Oh, nice, he didn't acknowledge me. How cool. Clay is useless, especially if you don't acknowledge me. Awesome. That, can you do /marker clay? That would be very nice of you. So yeah, we spent a lot of time, I can tell you that. But it was cool, it was worth it. We also did stuff like completely clean the couch and clean frickin' everything, and dude, it was crazy. And we're gonna continue today, we're gonna continue all those next days. I've already mentioned years ago that I was trying to renovate, and this renovation we are going to tackle more now. And we actually finally want to finish it. So the first step to that was to get rid of stuff we don't need anymore and to completely tidy up everything. And then in the next step we are going to do renovation. No, I don't own the apartment, I don't. I'm not that rich. What the hell? If I wanted to own this apartment, I'd probably have to be a billionaire. A millionaire. It's so crazy. Yesterday, I don't know where I saw this, but I think on Dr. Mike, someone said, oh yeah, I've got this house with 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And on average in this neighborhood, people are selling houses like just like this for 250,000. But I want mine to be extra clean so I can sell it for 280,000. Like, I understand that Americans are building their houses out of papier-mâché, out of carton boxes, but like, is it that cheap? That house in frickin' Germany would have been worth millions. Absolute millions. Like, I think that house, depending on where exactly you would, obviously in the middle of this town, you would spend like 12 million on that or something. But like, even outside of the town, that would be easy 7 digits. It's like crazy. Their houses are insane. Their houses are the cheapest crap you can imagine. However, I blocked her myself, how cool. I mean new furniture and stuff, yeah. Like, for example, exactly where I am sitting right now, like right here where I'm sitting, I'm planning to place a big table, a family eating table, so we can have family gatherings at my place again. And yeah, it's supposed to be a very cool big table, and probably pretty much behind me in the background from what you see right now, I'm planning to place a huge 200-liter aquarium. And yeah, this is gonna look very awesome. I can promise you that. You're not gonna see it because this is not gonna be the setup anymore then, but like, it's gonna be amazing. And yeah, for the aquarium, I've read that the minimal thing you'd have to do to keep it somewhat animal friendly, more or less animal friendly, is there's like these 2 fish species that get along very well and that are both super like they really don't need anything to survive well. And yeah, I'll try to keep it as ethical as possible, but I don't think there's an aquarium that is 100% ethical. I don't think that is possible. So naturally it's not gonna be perfect, but I'm gonna try to get it as perfect as possible so it doesn't cause too much unnecessary suffering. Obviously, if you don't want to cause unnecessary suffering at all, then just don't get an aquarium in the first place, but nah, my personal sense of interior design is more important than the lives of innocent fish. Yeah. And then there is an entire other room that we don't use currently. It's a little smaller than this room. And in that room, I initially wanted to have it a complete gaming room. Okay, that changed. Then I wanted to have it a complete workout room, so I'd have my entire complete home gym completely in that room. Now my plans have changed once more, and instead it's going to be our working room, where our tables and PCs and everything is going to be. I did get that hit. Yeah, okay, in that case I'm dead. I think I even got particles because I should have been given the hit. That's sad. Yeah, that's gonna be our working room. This entire setup is going to be there with an entirely new background. I want to make it even better than the one I have currently. I was never really too happy with the background I have currently. And this time I'm really trying to put a lot of thought into how to make it look very, very good. And also lighting wise, very, very good. And yeah, that's gonna be good. And then also our bedroom is gonna change quite a bunch. There's gonna be a lot of adjustments made to it. For example, my parents' house, they bought it 3 years ago for 400k. It has 2 bedrooms, one extra room we use for clothes, another room we use for things we don't use, an attic, a full house layout basement, 1 bathroom with small ass shower and a room for washing and drying clothes, and living and kitchen, of course. The main thing that put the price high is a big garden, but the maintenance it needs, they were not prepared. Yeah, it's the house you mentioned. Yeah. Depending on where exactly this house is situated, this is quite the realistic price. It's like very, very different from the American prices. It's just, I don't know. For me, it's difficult. I was always sure that at some point I wanted to have a house myself. With how the prices developed and inflation and everything else, and then my career choices that altered, my wishes for my own house have declined more and more. It's like 10 houses in the street. My wishes for how exactly I wanted to have my house declined more and more. But I'd still like to have a house. I would have to get one in more of a you know, I don't know if that's a correct word, but a rural area, like way outside of the city where it's actually affordable. I think this is also financially just a smart decision, because if you just keep paying rent until the rest of your life, all of that money is just gone, doesn't exist anymore. If you pay the loan for a house, then this money is yours. You have this money, it's an investment inside of the house, and probably gonna get more valuable over time. So I think financially it's very, very smart to go for a house. But also just, I don't know, I always wanted to have a house, and that would be very cool. I don't think Timon has a pearl, does he? Yeah. But I don't know. My girlfriend also always used to want to have one, but kind of changed recently. I don't know why. Don't quite understand it, but kind of changed. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, we still need the potion. And we need all this freaking ender dust. It's crazy how much you need. Are we just gonna go ahead and go into Soyarek? I think Solos is the only thing we can still go for. I mean, we can try once, but don't really see a high likelihood here. Oh, okay. Plastic. Definitely not one of my good teammates, but better than Solos, for sure. Ooh. Yeah, it's completely unplayable. No, you can't even see what Tim is saying. He also just said Solus is unplayable. Yellow and green are tagged for blatant cheating. You can tell by my face, not looking good. There were 2 people who were attacked for absolute blatant cheating, and then like 3 people were attacked for like, it's crazy. And one of the blatant people, yeah, just rushed over. What am I gonna do? Side says, welcome. Dude, I've been super motivated about the freaking main channel video that I'm working on. It's super cool. The thing is, I already mentioned this on stream, or it's the start of the stream. I have this $1 million idea where I think I will actually... I could actually make a living off of social media if I was going for this. There's this video concept that I have in mind that would be probably... that would perform super well. I think this has the potential to grow a channel to 1 million subs. I actually think that would be possible. And it also has more or less infinite content possibilities. And it's original. It's nothing like anything I've seen on YouTube. It's an actual $1 million idea. I think it's brilliant. And I think the viewers would be... like the YouTube landscape would be better with this idea being enforced and already existing. I think with this idea, that would be crazy. The only issue I have is the editing is beyond anything I can do. And it's super hard to find people who can edit like this. And that is... also incredibly expensive. I can probably not pay that much money for it. And the research is also beyond anything I have time for or I want to do. It's like, without giving too much away, it's a level of editing. For example, the biggest city or the second biggest city in Canada, go to Street View and use all the data you can to check out every single house. And compared with this blurry image I have. That's the research that would have to be done. But I think if I had someone who could edit this for me for a reasonable price I could afford, in the way I have a vision about, and then if it would turn out exactly like my vision, and then if I had a small team of people who could reliably do this research, then if I would... produce this series, as I said, with infinite content possibilities. Harry, welcome. It's Kawaii Air on White Team, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if I had the possibilities to make something like this become reality, like for example, if I was a millionaire or a billionaire, and I could hire people to follow my ideas and do something like this, then I legitimately think you could have a super successful channel. I would think you could grow a channel to 1 million subscribers easily. And this is such a brilliant idea that I'm honestly unsure what to do at this point, because it feels very clear that I don't have the possibility to do this. Like... realistically, I cannot hire the people I would need to hire to do this for me. That option doesn't exist. But also I couldn't do it myself, because I'm honestly going crazy in the context of this research. And it just takes so long, and I really don't have the time for it. Plus, the amount of learning I'd have to go through to learn how to edit like that myself would also take so long. Realistically, if I would actually try to invest all the time I have into this, then it would take 2 to 3 years before I could post the first episode. Probably 2 to 4 years. 2 to 3 years. But yeah, I just really don't want to go through this. Like, it really... it's not something I see myself doing. And now that gets me into a little bit of an awkward position, because I would love to see this idea come to life. And as I said, I also believe this would be incredibly successful and probably pay very well as well, to the point where I could probably do YouTube full-time. But how am I gonna make this? How am I gonna do this? How am I gonna make this happen? Is this the idea connected to the thing you already edit? And you mean what I posted there? Funnily enough, it's not. What I posted, the sneak peek, is for my next main channel video, and that's just about Minecraft, normal thing. But funnily enough, editing that bit gave me the vibe of this idea, and that's how I got back into the mindset of thinking about this. Oh wow, I didn't think he would actually be jumping onto me. That was uncalled for. So yeah, that's, I don't know, that's just problematic. And I also just don't know people who could work on this together with me. Yeah, it's also my dream, I can tell you. It's actually a dream. It would be so good. Would be amazing. Interesting. Interesting. What exactly do you have in mind for content-wise? Maybe I should really just push towards trying to find people online. Maybe I should push towards trying to find people who are willing to go through with this. But like, I've seen similar things being edited. I have seen that. And like, one of those videos, depending on how exactly I would do it, there's different ideas I have for this exact thing. But like, one of the ideas for this, let's say the video is like 30 minutes long. I've seen somewhat of a similar editing style to this, I've seen. And like 20 seconds were already $200. So if you transform that into 30 minutes, and it just gets completely outlandishly much. So even if, which already is the hard part, even if you, yeah, that was quite the extreme offer, you know, but like, it's because like 20 seconds on this level of editing actually amounts to minimum wage if you charge $200 for it. It literally amounts to minimum wage, so it makes sense. Like, if people want to be paid fairly, then it makes sense that they charge these prices, but obviously I can't pay that. So I cannot have them do it for me if I'm not willing to pay it. I keep forgetting that I need pearls and frickin' potions. So yeah, now I'm really, I don't know. I don't know how I could do it. I do not know how this would be possible. Like my girlfriend, for example, she doesn't have the skills I'm looking for too, but she also isn't really interested in that, so she can't really help me. And aside from that, I don't know anyone. Lucas Switch, I'm not Australian, I'm German. I was about to say, just like you, because that way of spelling Lucas is quite a German way. Yeah, I'm able to speak this language. No, there's nothing I can do. I think the only realistic option I could go for is actually just to learn it myself and go through the hell myself in order to finish the product. I think that's the only way I see possible. I really do. It's annoying. What kind of job do you have? I work in the medical field, in a medical lab. I don't know how this would be possible. I just don't know. I've also thought, like, there's another option, obviously. From what I understood, it is possible to go to state-funded television in Germany. What did you study? It's a light version of medicine. It's not medicine up until the point where you're a doctor, but it's a version of the studies. Like, you could go to state-funded television. You could hit them up with an idea, and you could be like, yo, I've got this special idea. Would you fund me? And then in theory, it is possible that this state-funded television is then gonna be like, yo, we like your idea. We are going to pay you an average income now, and we are going to give you everything you need to make this idea come reality, like an entire team and a production crew and whatnot. That would work in theory, but I actually just have a very great job that probably also pays better than that, so I don't know, I just don't want to take the risk, you know? It's, but I feel like it's a stupid thought. Oh, how did I get him? I feel like it's a stupid thought, because honestly, if I think about it, being able to produce this specific idea I have full time would be a much better job. Plus, even if it pays worse at first, at some point, once you've already built up a massive audience, you can leave their program and just claim your channel for yourself, and then monetize it in a way that you'd have a much better income. Much better than I have right now. So, in theory, there's nothing against this. I don't know. I'm just very fearful. I don't even dare to hit them up and be like, yo, by the way, this would be my idea. Would you be down for that? I don't even dare to do that in the first place. It's weird. I don't know. White is over there. Blue Charm, welcome. Welcome. Yeah. I'm already someone who really doesn't like change, and then a change on this level, that's just crazy. So if anything, I feel like the only realistically possible option would be if I'd take time that I have in my free time dedicated towards learning the skills and then investing the work necessary and then doing it. Yeah, I mean, potential career change in theory, yeah, but very unrealistic, I have to admit. But like with the amount of time I have to my name, more or less, with the amount of time I have that I could dedicate to this while doing my other things I'm still doing because I really don't want to give up streaming the highlight channel and the main channel and everything. I don't want to give up all of that. So realistically, how much time would I have? I would have like 3 hours per week. And 3 hours per week at that pace. By the time I finish the first video, yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing I can literally do right now is just keep looking for people, for a team. Keep looking for them until I found people who do it for a reasonable price, who can take at least part of the weight off my shoulders, and then just passively educating myself, working on it, and then who knows, maybe at some point it's gonna lead somewhere. I think that's all I can do right now. Deciding between PhD and industry, boah, that's also a hard decision. Oh man. Okay, this person is apparently cheating. Did they auto clutch? Ah no, but they charlied away. Well, I hope they miscalculated and die. That would be so good. Oh man. Okay, but we did bait a Charlie out of them, which is very positive. Couldn't afford a fireball. Oh good, we're gonna 2v1 him. No! Okay, so we so far have wasted 8 of their emeralds, that's good. And it's also good that teammate voided, that's more than positive. I'm unsure though if you can wait. I think white did that to get to mid. Okay, that's good. So I assume I bet to stay. That's good. And he's refilling his emeralds. Yeah. Just running after him is useless, so I'll go ahead and try to claim some so he can't have them. He can afford another Charlie or a set of pods, depending on what he goes for. But then again, I also don't know what he already has equipment-wise. So. This time, 12 emeralds invested into Charlie? This is insane. At this point, I'm just gonna use it myself. Awesome, teammate. Okay. This freaking blatant cheater invested 12 emeralds into Charlie just to die. What the hell? What the actual hell? Wait, I think again, I didn't pearl, I didn't drink pots, nothing. I think again, I just... Yeah. How stupid am I? How do I keep forgetting about this? Okay, we're gonna stop commentating, okay? That horse is a rotational item, in fact, so yes. It's called Charlie the Unicorn. I think 7 to 8 seconds long you can ride on it. And it's very powerful. But you can't use it past sudden death anymore. So... yeah. Ah, man. Ah, man. Yeah. Let's stop talking. We have to focus on drinking potions, apparently, because else we We can't do it, else we can't remember to do it. I've already streamed 20 minutes longer than I wanted to. I have 3.5 hours to edit videos today. 1 hour 20 of which I've already used. And every minute that I stream longer than 2 hours is also gonna get taken away from that time, and I really would like to keep working on the main channel very low. So I really hope we can do this within a reasonable amount of time. Yeah, that's a Lego crafting table. And then up there I have Blue Bricks ship of some sort. Then I've got Minecraft Lite with a lot of Minecraft figurines. And then I've just got random Minecraft Lego sets. It looked much better than... it looked much better with the plans still in place, but the plans are dead. So, nothing I can do to keep from crying. Okay, this game the cheaters are potentially blue and blue, yellow, you cheat. Okay, I've got nothing. I should have invested in 2 blocks. Haven't seen the Ender Dragon, I have to admit. Okay, this is more or less useless, sadly. Wait, this guy is cheating, huh? He's auto-blocking. Oh yeah, that's one of the people who are probably cheating. I guess they are, in fact, cheating. I think it is confirmed. Okay, So instead, let's just TNT again. Craig, this is not good. Ah, Bedcon. That sounds very cool, I have to admit. Which one... Wait, teammate didn't get their bed? I'm so confused. How did teammate not get their bed? Okay, he just nuked our bed, but like, how did teammate not get their bed? I was so sure. Maybe there was a different bed being broken. Okay, I think both of them were cheating. We have to think of the parts. We can't forget about the parts. Hypixel or Bob, welcome. Well. Yeah, repeatable quest. Whenever you drink a potion, you've got a certain chance for it to drop a potion ball, and that potion ball you have to trade in for tickets. However, there are 3 quests that scam you. The potion ball quest, the 32 player soul quest, and the Ender Dust quest. Because even if you have enough resources, once you click the people, it resets your resources, so you don't have enough anymore for those 3 quests. Like, I joined the server, and from my playtime yesterday, I gained enough resources to just claim the quests. And while this works with every other quest, those 3, if you do that, once you click the person, it resets your inventory and you don't have the resource anymore, so you have to get it again. It's like super annoying. I've tried to somehow get around this. I checked when exactly does this reset happen. For example, if the reset happens whenever you go through the front door, then you could try to combat this by maybe going through the back door or something. But no, it happens the moment you click on the person, and obviously you have to click on the person in order for it to work, so... Yeah, it's super annoying. Especially since I'm pretty sure it's not a feature. If it was a feature, it would be the worst feature ever, but like, I'm pretty sure it's a bug, but nobody cares. It's just not getting fixed. One thing we could try, you can now skip NPC dialogues if you sneak. Maybe that changes something. Maybe next time I'm gonna try to sneak. Let's be real, I'm not gonna remember it, but if I do, then I should try to maybe sneak. Maybe that gets rid of the reset. I don't know. It's just super annoying. I also don't know if this happens to everyone. Here's, for example, Zaz. I'm pretty sure I've seen him do exactly that, but not being reset, so I'm unsure, honestly. I don't really know if this applies to everyone. Or just, I don't know, under certain circumstances. I feel like there seems to be more to it that I don't know yet. Okay, we killed each other, that's good. Now teammate can run and get pressure or even the bed. Okay, that's good pressure. Nice. That's exactly what I wanted him to do from the start. This teammate is notorious for getting us into positions where we can't use the TNT. For example, by walking in before I'm there, not building the bridges above the frickin' thingies. It's just... someone has to teach him how to use TNT. It's just very annoying. Okay, you are not very good at covering that up. I almost got him. Alright, Dragon Echo. I purchased 16 oh, blue is blatant. Never mind. Looks like they might be a guard butcher. It's just so normal to see a blatant shooter every single game that that is more something you would expect. Alright, Olivia. You're never gonna find out if I actually did it. Nah, you're gonna find out because I'm gonna tell you. I will keep streaming until I have this frickin' potion ball. So yeah, I wish you the best of luck with your thing you're doing. You want a god which with auto-clickers? Frickin' hell. What the hell? It's so sad, especially since I'm pretty sure I will end up failing this, but this is the only chance I really see at making it. Wait, you survived? How? Did I accidentally knock back this place to have him fall straight? This is gonna be one of those games again where I struggle with this team the whole time and I don't even have the time to go mid, even if I wanted to. Like right now I have it in mind, but like, how am I gonna go there if... okay. How am I gonna go there if I'm struggling with this rush so much? Okay. Bro, why did that first hit not register? At least he died. I'm gonna start preparing this bridge. I mean, this is quite reasonable, isn't it? Getting parts to take out the team we're struggling with is reasonable. It's not like I'm forcing this. Okay, awesome. Team is performing well. I don't expect him to get both, but that's good enough. Oh, nice. And the bed is gone. Well, so I'll just get a pearl and parts. Not Invis, though. Invis is a waste in this situation. Ooh. What if I... never mind. Oh, frick, what? Aqua! Why are you getting emeralds? Get out of here! How annoying is this? Bruh. Well done. Meine Fresse. I'll just stay at mid for a bit. For TC, that's good, teammate. You probably think I'll be going for RB. I won't, however. Cannot afford to go for RB. Have to go for Parts and Pearl. I'm sorry. Green base is over there. Okay. Now I will get speed, jump, Pearl. Nah, I can't stay at mid the whole time. It's so tempting, but I can't. I already know how it's gonna end else. I'm scared of blue. I really am. Okay, let's go. It's not even super smart that I actually use this to break their bed. I hope to not make it immediately. Because, if I break their bed, then the game isn't gonna be super long anymore, probably. There's a chance that the game isn't gonna be super long anymore. And that isn't really great, because I need to drink Parts. I mean, I'm not failing, but it's also not working too well. I took no KB at all. Speaking of no KB, could you take any? Bruh! How bad am I at this video game for not being able to do KB to people? Okay, so I got a bunch of ender dust, that's good. Now I will invest all of this into potions that I will then just chuck. Frick, I have to drink them. Drink, 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 drink faster. Oh, there's not even a butcher. For some reason I thought there was. Drink potions. Drink! Okay, I drank so many potions. Surely I have a potion ball now. But just to make sure, because I've seen this go wrong in the past, just to make sure, I will drink even more. I'm not gonna get stopped. Just get that potions don't stack, that would not be good. No! Hey, blue. Who's getting my frickin' emeralds? You goofhead. You goofhead. You know that I can just jump over the couple of blocks you place there? Oh, just die, bro. Okay. Potion bottle. At least the ender dust. Okay. Ender dust is done. If we claim this. So that's good. But we'll need to play another game in which we drink so many potions. Okay, let's be real. On this map, we're just gonna get B-hopped immediately again, so...
Es geht nicht ums
Oh
Klima.
Gott im Himmel. Thank you, Vad. Thank you for the... When did you... 51 minutes ago, you supposedly did the... I'm gonna get rid of my baseballs. I didn't even realize. How did I not notice? Or did I say anything to that? I don't remember it, at least. Fun.
I'm gonna cut off my balls.
Thank you. This time I noticed. Okay. Can tell you what I'll do. Oh, the cat got scared. I don't know what I did, but she got scared. I'm very sorry. But it's good. It's good. So this way she's not gonna be on my mouse pad. Do you ever play that? No, never. Don't even know any servers that I could do this on. I've got no clue. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't want to scare you like that, you little... You little.
I'm gonna undo my baseballs.
Thank you, man. Very nice, very nice. Very nice of you. Oh, now the cat is lying there so cutely. This is so cute. So if someone wanted to win the video game, they would definitely get a pearl now. However, I will not do that. Because I... Oh, there's a couple people inking. Okay. I want to have potions for the potion quest. That's pretty good. Don't mind if I do. Davon kriegt mein Lack keinen Kratzer. Und in den Karten noch sage, dass niemand anders es kann. Surely I won't get fireball. Und seid dankbar, dass ich nicht mitgemacht habe. Ja, gereicht haben. Hm. The other one died as well. They just all die on their own. I mean, I did drink a couple pots. I thought I could just get out of there without any problem. Maybe it was enough. I don't think we should check that in-game, though. Okay, I'll be right back. I'll just visit the bathroom. Oh, what happened? Did he die? Aber heute nicht mehr. Als wenn wir Freunde wären. I still need to drink even more parts. I need even more parts. I am so sad. All I want is to work on this main channel video, but no, my hopes and dreams are getting destroyed. Als wäre ich Sailor Moon and I never lose. She's so beautiful. What is she so scared of, dude? The cat frequently stands here, looks behind itself, and then just... I don't know what she's so scared of, I have to admit. But she's so cute. And it's very good that she's not laying here. Else that would be a little annoying. Und so handle ich meine Ängste, Motherfucker. They don't deserve to die, die, die. Nice, I think I got him. Alright, I'll just go straight mid for my parts again. Respect. I really don't have the most amount of... Ah! I can't anymore. Please end my suffering. Wie ein Dealer und es lässt mich nur noch kalt. Mich macht keiner von euch mad. Aside from falling in the void. Ich hab mich selber exposed, um euch alle nicht für dumm zu verkaufen. No red, no emeralds for you. No, okay. You are smarter than the average nun. Back in 2018. Ah, green is cheating blatantly. Mit den richtig schnellen Pferden. It's at this point we're not even gonna talk about it anymore. Like at this point it's so normal that it's not even any topic of discussion. Yeah, this game green is a blatantly cheating team. What normal. Pretty normal. Pretty straightforward. Can you do slash marker blatant teammate? That. Like, you wouldn't even believe this, but like, pretty much every game we have, it's someone like this. Just blatantly B-hopping, bridging like that, or even better, you saw it in, I think, the last highlight video, where the people were literally tele-bridging, cheating or something. I don't know what that was supposed to be. But like, it's, yeah, pretty much more than half the games are filled with people like this. So it's not really something that we are Pikachu-facing about anymore. It's pretty normal. And some games you win, some games you lose. It's the BedWars experience, yeah. Can I do slash marker real talk? That, so we can also include that into the highlight. I can't completely sell this game, so I got Arby, but still I need potions, so I am going to go for potions from here on. Yeah, you know I can just pass here. Hey, dude, what? These people didn't see that coming? They thought I was just gonna have a standoff with them for no reason? Why? I feel like it should be very obvious that I'm going to do this, like... Which one of them was a cheating one? Oh, this one. Yeah, well, your bet is gone and your teammate too. That, can you do slash marker cheaters? Gegen die Strömung, solange die Erde sich noch dreht. Ah, oh, the block didn't place. Frickin' hell. Good for XP, bad for Potion Quest. And sadly, Potion Quest does translate to XP more or less, so... God. Oh, the cheater is here. Oh, yeah. Are you doing well? Wait, he investor. Boy. What's scarier than an Invis sweat? An Invis cheater, but he's dead. Can you do slash marker dead? That? Thank you. 3 times, oh my god. Feeling so worthless on the surface. Don't know what I expected of me. Under the pressure of walking in my shoes. No, I need to chuck potions. I need to chuck them ASAP. ASAP. All of them need to be chucked. Okay. I chucked the potions. I was paved on my road to hell. Okay. Let's check if I got it now. I still didn't get it. This is crazy. Ach, Mann. Ach, Mann. Ich hab zwei Schwächen, zwei Probleme. Nummer eins sind Drogen, Nummer zwei sind Mädels. Bin ein fucking Genius, aber meist benebelt. Keiner kann mich ficken, wenn ich frei von dem bin. In meinen guten Phasen bin ich ungeschlagen wie der Superstar, der ich nun einmal bin. In meinen schlechten Phasen. Oder nächtelang ist das in meinem Ende. Ist das alles, was ich hab? Vielleicht bin ich nur ein melodramatischer kleiner Motherfucker, aber ich geb keinen Fuck und gebe Gas. Mach Falle dann nur durch mich selbst oder durch den Mond, in den ich mir nicht stell. Oh, good. What? Hoppa, come here. That was a mixture between German and English. Come here or come here? I just said both at the same time. Lol. End of the story. Oh, my body. Lou! Why would you? Nah, I'm not even gonna butch that then. Ich hab angefangen auf Soundcloud, bin dann rübergegangen auf Streaming. Die verfickten, loserigen Twitter-User sind mad, weil ich ein G bin. Da ich sag, weil ich Artist bin. Bin ich sicher nicht, wegen alten Friends. Das war mal alles Fans und das sind fucking Facts. Sie hassen mich wegen einfach nichts. Heutzutage sind die alle mad wegen Follower und weil ich happy bin. Also happy bin ich um Wetten nicht, weil der Teufel mich und meine Seele fickt. Ich bete zu Gott vielleicht viel zu oft, aber scheißegal, weil er mein Leben blessed on God. Alright, I'm gonna chuck down 6 more parts. But I'm gonna do it one by one. Meine ich Energy und nicht AIDS. 1.000.008. 1.000.008. Das ist ein bisschen mehr als hier. Team Bra, ich danke dir für die Pizza und für den Tag. And I think I'll use this to get more emotes, honestly. Schlechter Witz. Joke. So viel. This is so annoying. How can I want this so much, but not want to invest the effort to actually make it come reality so much as well? Like, what? I'm so confused. I'm just overdosing so much on these potions, dude. Best aim ever. Oh, I don't even have that. What? Don't ask me. Wait, what if I go there? Why did you stop witching? Well, I didn't have any pots on me, so it's pretty chill. Lern ihn zu verstehen. Weißt du, selbst nach deinem Tod wird die Erde sich noch drehen. I wanted to have a speed, a speed part, not a jump part. Okay, nice. He's just passing by. Thank you. I need to get this. Okay. Oh. Whoa, what the hell? The picture just fell off the wall. How scary. Has anybody ever done that? Lol. That was fun. I built a head hitter with a jump pod. I don't think anyone has ever done that in this specific position. I think I might have been the first person on the whole planet to ever do this. Can you do slash marker first? That? I still don't have tools or TNT or anything to break this quickly with. Because I'm just focused on other things. May I? You know, both of them do. No, this is like the only place where I can... Okay, wait, let's gap real quick. No, you don't gap. You're not supposed to gap. No, teammate. I deserve this. Please. No, teammate. This is a scam. Why? Only why? That's all I'm asking myself. Why did you do this to me? I'm so sad. I worked so hard for this. That, please do slash marker. Worked. Yes! Let's hope he doesn't disconnect and I realize that I'm getting scammed again. Okay, no. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Ah, schön. Oh, great. Thank you, Matt. Oh, great. Surely I don't get 30 tickets from this, yeah, no. We could gamble, but I don't think that's a smart idea. I really hope you all enjoyed today's stream. If it's so, go ahead and subscribe to my live stream highlight channel right now because we're on the way to 30,000 subscribers. YouTube show. YouTube rank. So if you want to do that, go ahead and click here. If you, however, want to see... there we go. If you want to see my newest main shell video, that would also support me quite a bunch. Then I will give you the link for my latest main shell video. So for those of you who are already subscribed to the highlight channel, please, I would love you to do the following thing. I'm gonna give you a link now and then you are going to have to either watch the entire video or let it play with at least minimal amount of sound on so it counts, and just let it play all the way through. That would be a massive support. Oh, that was faster. Wait, what is that link? Why do I have a different link? This is my link. Let's check both of them out. I'm so confused. This is the link Vangel the Third sent. This is the link I sent. Both to the same video, both completely different links. That's weird. Well, plain lover and pan, welcome. We're gonna end the stream now, sadly. So yeah, if you want to support me, either subscribe to that channel or watch that video. Both links work for the video for some reason. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that would help me out a lot. Now, aside from that, have yourself a wonderful rest of your day or night, and goodbye. Wait, where's my... Oh, what? Where's my stars? Huh? I have my stars above my head, usually. Customize appearance. Status. BedWars. Display level. I lost them. There we go. There they are. Okay. Well, now have yourself, I said that, and goodbye. Now, who are we going to raid, however? I'm asking myself, who are we going to raid? It's probably not Super, else that would have already said Super in chat. Let's check out who we have here. Let's rate Dom 1 NCK. Dom 1 NCK. Who plays Minecraft BedWars E-Dual Convoy on a knockoff server. Well, better than nothing. Start rate. We've got 1 viewer in 10 seconds, 4 in 9, and 5 in 7, and 6 viewers already in 6 seconds, and 8 already in 5, and 10 already in 3. Have yourself a lot of fun over there. See ya. I hope you speak his language.